Can you hear me? Can I hear me? Are we here? Am I here? Are you here? Let the stream settle for a second. Welcome. Welcome back to Creative Exploration. I don't know where the music's coming from on my computer, so just give me one moment to find that, because it's very distracting. There we go. All right. Hello. Okay. Yeah. So I've been playing with Stable Video 3D today, and I figured we'd just have a quick little run through and play with it and see what it does and what we can do with it and what kind of things we can get into. So basically, it can take a single frame, like an image, and generate a 360-degree view of it by generating different views at different angles, which result in these. If I can make this bigger, results in these sort of 360-degree or however many degrees you want view of an object from a single image, which is incredibly powerful. If you've ever done any Nerf stuff or made radiance fields and things like that. So you know that this is one more step towards getting actual 3D meshes. This is not a magical 3D mesh generator. It's not even the intended purpose. The intended purpose was to take the... I understand. The intended purpose was to take the stable video model and teach you how to look at things and spin them around in 3D and generate views from each side. So we could then generate textures, generate splats, generate whatever we want from those. So that's what this is. This isn't a magic mesh generator that'll texture your meshes and stuff. But there are ways to do that, and there may be ways to use this to do that. I haven't played with it enough yet to understand that yet, but yeah, let's just dig in and play around. So if you want to download it, the link's in the description below. And it's... you have to agree to their licensing terms. So you have to agree, and you also have to agree to emails from them. So if you're not down with either of those, then you can't download the model, unfortunately. But if you're fine with it, do it and hit the button and download SV3D_U. That's the one that does the 360-degree views. P is the one where you can actually move the camera through 3D space, which is a lot harder to figure out how to do the movements and stuff because you have to manually insert the camera keyframes. But the U version will let you generate just like 360 degrees. So I'd say that's where you would start. And then when you get good at this and you want to move the camera around in 3D, that's when you grab the P and start playing with that. So they're both 10 gigs, so you probably just want one. For this, grab the SV3D-U. Ooh, whoops. And that just goes in your checkpoints folder. I just put it in a SV3D folder. But you can put it wherever you want. It just goes inside your model's checkpoints. All right. And then once it's in place, you don't actually have to do anything to install it. It's all built into Comfy. So I actually used Kijai on Banadoko. He has a workflow on there. Hey, Comfy. Hey, Frank. Hey, Dave. What's up, everybody? Yeah, I'm using Kijai's workflow. It's on Banadoko. If you go to the SV3D thing here, I'll drop a link to the Banadoko server in the chat. Uno momento, please. There it is. Copy link. Yeah, so if you want to grab this workflow, it's in the SV3D channel on this Discord. And it's by Kijai. Go up to the top, you'll see the JSON in there. That's what I've used here. I just moved it around and recolored it a bit so I can see what it's doing, but it's the exact same workflow. What we do is we load an image, resize it to like a square, 576 by 576, because that's what the model's trained at. Feed it all the info, and then it generates the views. And then it gives us a nice little 360-degree spinny view of it, and then we get a nice final side-by-side view of the image and the three. So, hey, Dave, the use for this right now is to be able to make splats and nerfs and Gaussian stuff, and then eventually we'll be able to rebuild these meshes with point clouds. So it's like a different method of generating textures. Instead of generating a mesh in a texture, you're generating it in a point cloud. So check out radiance fields, check out nerfs, check out stuff like that. That's what this is for. But yeah, that's this model is for it doesn't really matter because it's not for commercial use anyway. It's a non-commercial model for research only. But yeah, we're trying it out. It's really cool. It's capable of giving us multi-views. These are some of the better ones that I've seen. I've done this with a few different models and stuff, and this one seems to do the best 360s. So let's try this little robot. Now this one's going to be cropped because it's, you know, tall. So we'll see what it'll do here. It'll probably just generate the edges. And so it's going through now and generating all the views of it. Yeah. Takes a while. When AI music gets good. It's getting there. I'm more excited about AI, not so much like AI music generators, but AI music like plugins and stuff where we start utilizing this stuff in the DSP space because, like, I mean, there's something I was noticing with the like RipX DAW, you know, and it's the RipX DAW is wicked and it's really cool and it can do a whole bunch of awesome things. But I don't want to load up a new workstation to work with audio. I want those tools in the workstations I already use, like Ableton or Logic or whatever. So, yeah, like as an all-in-one audio solution, I have almost no use for AI audio beyond making long streams of royalty-free music that I can use for streams and things like that. But what I really want is like access to all these little things as compartmentalized tools to bring into my workflow, which is sort of how we use Comfy, right? It's not an all-in-one tool. It's I want to do this, this, and this, so I do this, this, and this, and everything else I pipe out to other pipelines because they make sense. It's the sort of thing where like I don't want a fully realized solution that does everything for me. I want a bunch of tools by a bunch of people that we can all just like kind of mishmash together into new workflows because, like, you know, I may not need 90% of the things that are in that all-in-one package, but I need that 10% that I am using to be very configurable. So it's, yeah, it's less exciting for me to watch stuff that just generates fully fledged music than it is to, like, yeah, exactly, stuff like Synthplant, where it like uses AI to like rebuild and remodel a sound. That, yeah, it's super cool though. Yeah, it works really well. This robot's really good. It understands the back. That's something that a lot of these multi-view generators don't understand, is the backs of things are different. Like it's usually just kind of like a repeat of the front. So that's really cool. I'm impressed by that one. I just grabbed some stuff on white backgrounds to test for the stream. I wanted to try to get some low contrast stuff too to see if it could see the edges and things like that. But yeah, this is probably one of the easiest things to install because the only thing you need are maybe the two node suites that Kijai used, the KJ nodes and video helper suite and frame interpolation. But if you've done any of my streams before, you have all that stuff installed already. So, and that's mostly just to interpolate and combine and you know, do all the video stuff, all the turning images into videos and resizing them and all that madness. All these purple nodes, they come with Comfy, I think. Except for this one. SV3D batch schedule comes from KJ nodes. But yeah, whenever you see that little animal badge, that means that node comes with Comfy. And I might be blaspheming, but lately I have switched from using these straight cables to wiggly cables. I know it's going to be a very controversial change, but it is coming. The workflows that I build while I'm building, I will be using wiggly noodles, just so you can actually see where everything goes. And then once we have everything squared away and everything's tight, I'll switch them over to straight. And that's because I've noticed a lot of people when they're watching the video, they get upset because they can't figure out where the nodes are going, and I totally understand that. So we'll be switching to wiggly noodles for anything where I'm hooking stuff up, so that you can see exactly where things go. And then yeah, and always feel free to shout if live if something doesn't make sense and you want to plug it in, doesn't work. Just feel free to ask where that goes, because you know, it's spaghetti. That's why we call this noodles. That's why we call it that's why I have the little noodle emoji for the scheduling stuff. So on that note, let's switch to spaghetti. Bleh, look at them go. Yeah, so hopefully when you guys need to know where something's plugged in, this will make a lot more sense because you can actually see the path better. We can move this stuff out a bit too. Some space. I do prefer the circuit board look once I have a workflow working and I don't need to plug stuff in anymore. But yeah, when I'm working on it, this makes a lot more sense. I am using Comfy from Pinocchio, yeah. Oh, that one came out great. Yeah, the lighting is weird, it's true. But I mean, I think that's to be expected. It's pretty amazing what it's doing here, actually. Nailed it. Was there any items anybody wants to see? I can I grab an image of it on a white background, or even it does stuff, it does other stuff too, like it'll do like pictures of people and stuff. It's just it's weird. Like it does better when you have a blank background. But let's try like a paint texture. I don't know, let's see what that does. I'm curious. Like this. Oh, good idea, Alessandro. Oh, I have a workflow for that. You know what? I had another idea too, is there's also layer diffusion where we can make stuff with like blank backgrounds. So I was thinking we could make some stuff with that and then pass it over. And the other thing you could do is you could take this workflow here, which generates stuff on a blank background, and then patch it into this workflow where you're just generating things and then making a 3D spin of it right afterwards. But because of the modularity of these workflows and how it's like easier, I like to keep things like that in separate tabs, so I can generate the images here and then grab it, just copy it, and then just paste it into the other workflow. That way I don't have to stop this workflow every time I generate something I don't like. You know what I mean? Sometimes there's good reasons to keep things like in separate tabs to keep you sane, because like having the workflow constantly do every step is, you know, I know there's group mutes and all that fun stuff with node packs and things like that, but these workflows can get confusing enough. So never be afraid to have a second workflow in another tab, third workflow. If you just need to do things like frame interpolation or like anything where it's just one little process, it doesn't really need to be attached to the main workflow. Just make a tiny little workflow for it and pull it up in a tab and just use it when you need it. That's been keeping me sane lately, because I used to just kind of put everything into the workflow so that everything is always one click. But that's not always the best way to go about things once you get a pipeline down, and once you start working, you could generate large batches of input images, put those in a folder, and then just do a batch queue where you just do everything in that folder, right? So, yeah, there's reasons to put things in and take things out of projects. Whatever works for you. I actually did the Blender logo earlier. Right there. The workflow is already on Discord. It's on Banadoko. I dropped the link at the top of this chat here. It's in the SV3D channel, on Banadoko. I might still have the chat link in there. So yeah, it's at the very top of that page, and it's by Kijai, and it's this workflow here. So this one here, you can grab that there. And yeah, the Blender logo came out pretty good. I was actually pretty impressed with the way that it handled the vector things. So that's definitely something to look at too, is doing some logos and see how they translate as well. But yeah, let's make a cursed Furby. Might need to update some stuff. I don't know what this means. Does that work? I think I might have changed something since I used this last time. Hey, Shadow. Hey, Taz. Alessandro, Chipko. Lots of people here today. And yeah, don't sit here in silence. Put some music on. Do it. Okay. There's our cursed little Furby. Looks pretty good. Let's try this one, and then we'll try the one with the... Oh, that's cool. It made like a texture. Like a 3D texture. Like a flat 3D texture. That's pretty interesting, actually. Alright, let's try our little Furby boy. Or girl. And let's... I want to do the... this one next with the no background and see what the difference is. The Ace of Hearts from a deck of cards. Yeah, I don't know if it'll know what the back of that's supposed to look like. That one's in the chamber. I think it's actually going to do a pretty good job with this weird little Furby. These are kind of cool. My scroll wheel's starting to die. Very annoying. Awesome. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting I turned closed captioning on, so there's like a longer delay now. But hopefully if people don't understand what I'm saying, maybe YouTube will. Or it'll just be nonsense closed captioning like most YouTube stuff. It just takes a while because it needs to make 21 images. Not bad. A little sketchy, a little squonky around the edges, but still pretty impressive. Yeah, Super's cool. I don't have enough actual system RAM to run Super, though. Requires more than 32 gigabytes of regular RAM. Take it easy, Alessandro. Thanks for hanging. Screenshot the UI of a blank Blender project. You want to see what's on the back of a Blender project? I kind of do too. You know, I should zoom in on the default cube a little bit. We could just see what it thinks the default cube looks like on all sides. Before 32. Maybe just overclocking the hell out of your RAM. I think it's going to do a better job with the gray background than the blank one. Yeah, it's a little chopped out, though I do think that's from the masking process here, whatever's happening here. Something's a little wacky. Something's a little wacky there. Try spinning the Blender interface around. So stuff on a background seems to work a lot better than stuff off of it. More than 32 gigabytes, I think, Drew. I couldn't get it to run on mine. Just locked up my machine. Even the other one, even the one that I'm trying to remember who sent it to me. Cocktail Peanut. Even the one Cocktail Peanut set up, I couldn't get it to work. It was just crashing my computer. I think it needs probably like 36 or 37 gigs of RAM or something. I don't think it needs 24 gigs of VRAM though. It's just like system RAM seems to you need a lot of. Hey Lenny, this workflow is already on the Banadoko Discord. If you scroll up a little bit, there should be a Discord link and the name of the channel there. It's at the top and it's by Kijai. It's a little JSON file available. I don't want to just I don't want to just repost Kijai's work basically, but you know, you can grab it there. You should be on Banadoko anyway. It's amazing. Lots of amazing workflows on there. Hey Zlata, was I using tiled VAE? Not for this, but for other stuff, yeah. And if you download the workflow from Kijai, pop a little fire emoji on that for him. Okay, Banadoko, SV3D. Yeah, I can actually link the actual message too. It's right there. Pop fire on that. And copy message link. And here it is. So there's the link to the actual workflow that I'm using here. Oh, look at the little cube spinning around. That's great. It even kind of understood that there's a grid. It didn't really get where the lines go or anything, but that's neat. That's neat. Now it's doing the default cube, so we'll see where that goes. Oh yeah, we didn't get the card. I need to get one where there's like, it's small enough in the center where it won't get cropped. I think it's gonna have to be that one. Or this one maybe? Yeah. Yeah, if it can handle the default cube, then we're well on our way to some sort of 3D model generator. It'd be great if it just deletes it, just deletes the video as soon as it sees the default cube. There it is. Not bad. Yeah, I think it's going to be a double-sided card too. I will be pleasantly surprised if it has a back. We did it. We spun the default cube. We win. I don't know what we win, but we win something. All right, let's try the ace. Uh-oh. Doesn't look good. Yeah, I mean, that super thing is the first thing I've run into where I've needed more than 32 gigs of RAM. But I have a feeling even going up to 64 will probably make my like day-to-day quality of life better using my machine, because like 32 was great, a few years ago, but I have a feeling for some of the stuff that we're doing these days and moving these batches around, it would be better to have a little more overhead in my system RAM. Yeah, well, and I mean, for a lot of us, like this AI stuff, this is just another thing we can plug into our Blender workflows, right? Like, if you already use Blender, you're already pretty familiar with... Oh, I think my audio went weird. Give me 1 second. I'm going to restart my audio interface. Just want to mute it first so I don't blow your ears. Hopefully that works. Hopefully I'm back. Yeah, I think there's a lot of kindred spirits there in the open source community because we're used to just plugging tools in and then kind of like using Python where Blender fails and add-ons. And so all this is old hat to a lot of people that are already used to using multi-functional multimedia workflows. So yeah, I think this stuff goes hand in hand. Blender people should be excited about what they can do with AI because we can make the masks, right? We can make all the stuff and drive all the animations. So it's just another way of rendering stuff that's, yeah, it's exciting. And when you can just block stuff out, you can make anything you want. It looks to be a double-sided ace of hearts, but it's pretty good ace of hearts. Tried pretty hard though. Yeah, I'd like about 32 gigs of VRAM, but you know, c'est la vie. I'm very happy to have what I have. Oh yeah, let's try the Nike logo. Like, I wonder what it sees. So another really fun 3D thing in Comfy is the TripoSR thing. That'll actually make little meshes with vertex color textures. They're not really textures, they're like painted vertex colors. But they're fun to play with, and you can load them up in Blender and place them all over your scene like a little diorama. It's pretty fun. Yeah, TripoSR. That'll do this, but like with you know, a mesh and some I can show you guys how that works if you want to see it. Just have to find one of my Tripo workflows. I think there. I don't think I saved it, but I definitely saved some outputs, so let's find those. I wish I had the faintest idea what folder I put them in. Hmm. You ever make so much stuff you can't find a single thing you ever made? Me too. Me too. Oh, so it's a very, very thin logo. I was actually kind of thinking it would add a little bit of depth to it, but it did not. It did not. Where might I have saved a triple workflow? I'm not sure. I remember making meshes, but I don't remember where. Just kind of power blasting through some folders here, trying to find them. Oh well, we'll figure it out later. So I wanted to try like a photograph of somebody. I know. Man, it's like, what's that thing I was doing 2 weeks ago with this? And it just like understands from my dumb ADHD context what I'm talking about. I mean, the biggest problem is I just didn't label the workflow when I saved it. So it's one of the many workflow 36.json files in my folder, you know? Well, that's a good idea, actually. Yeah, maybe an optical illusion would be good. Just a really chill one, not these silly, crazy ones. It's bugging my eyes out. Oh, that might be interesting. I was trying to find one of my TripoSR workflows, but I can't find it. Boom, 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 boom. What if I deleted them? It's possible. Bama. Bama. Not bad. I notice they always come out a little flat. I think a lot of that's actually from the... I guess if that's a bilinear, maybe that'll be a... Let's see if I can make this a little cleaner input image. Should be a little better. Damn, I have a lot of workflows. Just not the one I want. It should be illegal to shave a beard completely off. You have to like go in stages or else you get arrested. You have to go back to mustache at the very least. I love those videos on TikTok or whatever where the dad shaves his beard off and the kid's just crying in the corner. Whoa. Did not understand the assignment. Cool glitch. Did not understand the assignment. But again, I really do think this thing is trained more on like real world stuff, or at least, you know. Let's try a spiky cactus. I mean, I guess I don't really need to build a workflow for Tripio because it's dead simple. We just build one on the fly. Open up a new workflow, hit clear. Empty space, Tripo sampler. Yep. We need a Tripo model loader. And you need the TripoSR checkpoint. Reference image is the image. So we can just pop an image in there. And the mesh, I believe, just uses the viewer. Yeah, it really is that easy. And then it saves the mesh in your folder. So yeah, let's when this one's done. Oh, ugh. No. Cactus, houseplant. Come on, show me a cactus. Try that again. A little fuzzy here, lightning. What's up with that? Maybe one? Hmm. There we go. So then you can take this, drop it in here, and this should, if I'm right, that one's pretty bad. Maybe it needs a actual background. There we go. So that's an actual mesh with vertex colors. So like you can take that into Blender as is, and just drop it and set the vertex colors. So like, yeah, it's pretty cool. We can already do this, and I think there's actually a way to give it more than one reference image, but I'm not sure. They're just not thinking about it, or it's just not like working. But yeah, sorry, my brain just totally exploded there. That's just a houseplant in general. So yeah, if you need to make little models and stuff, you can make the stuff with layer diffusion here. Yeah, we got our little plant here. Copy that, paste it in here. Generate a little 3D model. 3D model. I mean, they're not amazing, but they're pretty cool. They're enough for a background anyway. So yeah, then you can just go into Blender. I think just import I think they're OBJs. Yeah. It's not bad. You can subdivide them if you want. And then if you want to shade them, all you have to do is just pop open the shader editor. And for their base color, just make a new shader. And then for the base color, you just need color attribute. And it pulls it out of the vertex colors. So, you know, you can, it's lit and stuff, you know. It's lit. Pretty cool. And you shade it smooth. This should look okay from a distance. Bunch of those in a room, you wouldn't know. And the cool thing is you can import a bunch of them. And then you just select one, select the other one with the actual mesh, Control L, and link materials. And so like you can just give it that same shader. So it's going to pull the color attribute data from the thing. So then you could just, you know, scale these, build yourself a little scene. Wouldn't take long. Far away on a table or something, you wouldn't even know. And it's still got some pretty decent geometry. Still throws some shadows, you know, like in cycles and stuff. Especially from a distance, you know. I mean, you could generate just tons and tons of stuff. TripoSR is this here. If you guys want to try that. And again, that workflow is dead simple. You don't need anybody to help you set that up. You just TripoSR sampler, and then all the other ones you just pull it out, like the model, pull it out, and it'll tell you what it needs Tripo model loader. So yeah, just you don't even need to go to that link. You can go to manager, install custom nodes, Tripo. Yeah, and it's there. Install it, restart. You will need the checkpoint from that GitHub though. So, or I think there should be a link to that checkpoint there somewhere. Thanks, buddy. Much appreciated. Thanks, Steven. If you don't follow Steven, follow Steven. He's awesome Blender and Octane and all kinds of stuff. VFX YouTuber. Teaches you how to do things in a very thick, endearing Scottish accent. Can you do that with something like a sci-fi building? Yeah, let's try one. Sci-fi skyscraper, neon windows, something like that. TripoSR plus SV3D? No, because they do different things to get to different results. That looks bad. Let's do futuristic skyscraper asymmetrical architecture. Ooh, skyscraper. Let's try a skyscraper. That might be interesting. Copy image. It's damn fast though, eh? Right on, Steven. Have a good night, buddy. Thanks for hanging. And thanks for the donation. Very much appreciated. Not bad. You could probably do a whole bunch of these though. I mean, the thing is, you can take this workflow, right? Because it's so fast. We just look and see where this is connected. We're getting this from this VAE decoder. We just pop that into the reference image, take our model in. This is what I mean about the modularity of Comfy workflows. Now we just bypass the middleman there. We'll just generate the mesh in this project. Hopefully you'll be able to load both models and then it'll just be nice and fast. Yeah, and you can see right away if it works, and it saves it as a mesh in your folder every time you make one. So then you can just hit auto queue and walk away. And it's just going to sit there and make a bunch of skyscrapers for you until you stop it, and then you can go pull them into Blender, put them in a collection, and then instance those on, plane with a bunch of random verts, and all of a sudden you've got a city. Let's do that. Let's do that right now. These are going to be some weird looking buildings. Yeah, some of these are looking less skyscrapery and more phallic. I mean, already I probably have a folder full of these things. Okay, so let's go over to Blender and get rid of our plants. So now we're going to import OBJ. Now, hopefully I'll be able to just grab all these. I think those are all buildings. Yeah. So we go to one of them. We create a material on it. And we add a attribute, color attribute input, plug that in. And then we select that one, and then we select the rest of them. And we link the material. So now they're all shaded. They're all here. We're going to grab them all and hit M and put them in a collection. Okay. And then we're just going to hide that collection. So now we have the giant collection of buildings. So I'm going to make a plane, and then on that plane, I'm just going to use geometry nodes. And I'm going to distribute points on faces. And I'm going to add a join geometry node. We're going to plug the points in, and we're going to plug the group input in. So this is our plane, and these are the points on the plane. And then we're going to take these points and instance stuff on these points. So we're going to use the instance on points node. And we're going to instance a collection. So we're going to add collection info. And we're going to use our buildings collection. We're going to separate and reset the children. And we're going to look at them, and they're going to be totally messed up. So what do we have to do? We have to fix the rotation. So we start spinning them until we figure out the right rotation, which looks like 90. So now they're all standing. And there's way too many of them. And they're all together in a lump. Pick instance, that's why. I believe. Yeah. Okay. So, a couple things. We need to change their position. So let's set position. We're going to do that here, I think. And we're going to pull them up. Yeah. We're going to try and set them down on top of the plane. I think it's 0.5, actually. Almost, a little higher. There we go. You just don't want it intersecting with the plane too much. Just a little bit. All right, cool. So the buildings are all facing the same direction, which is weird. And there's like, you know, they're too big. Let's make them a little smaller. Look at our creepy little buildings. So we can use Poisson disk and a distance minimum to crank up their density, and then basically we can decide how close together they are. So there we go. And then we just look at them, make sure none of them are intersecting. Increase the distance until they're sort of city-like. There we go. And then you could very easily instance a bunch of these and fly through it and all kinds of stuff. You know, they're definitely weird looking. They're a little scompy, they're a little wobbly, they're a little wibbly wobbly. But they're not that bad. You could set shade smooth on all of them. Should clean them up a bit. And then, yeah, I mean, got a crappy little thing there. And you can also like you can paint with vertex lines where you want the buildings and stuff. So like weights and stuff. There's a million ways. I'm not going to do a massive Blender tutorial on this, but as you can see, I just created a bunch of really crappy buildings in no time at all. So if you actually took your time and made a bunch of models from a bunch of stuff you cared about, you could really make some cool stuff really fast. This would be a good thing to do with houseplants too. Like, let's try and generate a bunch of houseplants and come put them on a table or something. You queue on auto queue. I actually really like the way it does plants. Like, they're cool. Bizarre frozen lava rock formation in a future city. Yeah, I agree. I agree. The building sucked, you know, it is what it is. If the inputs are good, the outputs are good. That is just a flower. Oh, maybe I need to put potted houseplant. Although we could use these to decorate too. You also don't have to randomly place things in scenes, right? Another thing you can do is take everything that you have, like in Blender. We could take the buildings, they're all in a collection. So basically, we can hide this and bring this collection back up. And we could grab each one of these and separate them out into like a, you know, like a grid pattern or something. And you can look at all the ones that you know, if they suck, you just delete them. And just sort of like make yourself a little, you know, pack, because it's not going to pay attention to where they are in the scene when you look at them in a collection like this. So you can grab them and place them so that they kind of make sense. I think that's all of them actually. Yeah, so like any of them that suck, you could just delete them out of the collection. Or you can have this little thing, this little collection of stuff off to the side, and then as you're building your scene, just go, oh, I want this one, and I want this one. So you could basically just start kit bashing your scene together with all your stuff. So you can build all your objects, kit bash, and build all your sort of your Legos, and then start building with the Legos. So yeah. Doesn't always have to be geometry nodes and random placement and math, and you can get in there and use your hands. Try to make some non-green ones. Tried rendering a scene and then using that image back in Comfy. Oh, you sure could. Yeah. Image back. That's what I meant about blocking stuff out and then, you know, bringing it back into Comfy. Let's try it. It's like a little piranha. Gonna go put all these on Turbo Squid for 65 bucks. Little potted plant pack. Just vertex colors, no textures. Where's Blender? There's Blender. Okay. Bye-bye buildings. Well, actually, we can leave that in. Okay, so let's add our plants. Nailed it. First one, make a new shader material. And we need the color attribute. All right, and then select the first one, then select all the rest, and Control L, link materials. Hey, okay, hide the collection, and let's make a plane, and then on that, actually, yeah, on that plane, we're gonna go back to our geometry nodes. I'm gonna do a little different this time. I'm gonna create a geometry nodes. Okay, so then we'll do I'm just gonna add a grid. We're gonna forget that this has geometry, and we're gonna use the geometry here so we can control it. We're gonna instance on points. We're gonna instance the collection info. Plants. All right, same deal here. I think we gotta figure out the way. I think it's that way. Yeah, 90 degrees. All right, so now we can increase the grid size and the amount of verts. So let's go with 12 by 12. I think. You gonna die, computer? Oh yeah, and why are you all together? Pick instance. There we go. Actually, not bad at all. Could be a whole lot worse, that's for sure. A lot of them would definitely need a little, individually would need a little love to rotate them into position and stuff. But that's pretty cool. Oh, you probably don't want to know. Let's find out though. It's why don't I see it? Am I blind? Stats. Yeesh. Not a small amount. But they're pretty dense. You could decimate these, I think, quite a bit, actually. Before you'd even notice. Yeah, I think you could decimate these. But yeah, I would just voxel remesh them or whatever your process is. You got the vertex colors, so they're gonna come through, you know. But yeah, they're a little high poly for low poly assets. You know what I mean? Yeah, they're not definitely not going into a game engine or anything, but they're great for building out scenes. Let's try a photograph. I'm trying to find a good init. Let's try this bowl of delicious food. I'm curious if it is the bowl is on both sides or if it's a bowl on the bottom. And take bets in the chat right now. It's going to be food on both sides or food slash bowl. Live chat. I think it's going to be food on both sides. I think it's going to be food on both sides too. I'll be pleasantly surprised if it's a bowl on the bottom though. Just a ring of food spinning. That's what I think. So I wonder if there's a way to take these multi-view images that we make here and use it as a multiple image input for this. I'm not sure how that works, so I have to ask some smarter nerds about that. But one of these models, I don't know if it's Tripo, one of them, if it has more inputs, more views, it does a better job of the wraparound. So yeah, might be possible to generate multi views with this that feed into Tripo that are better than just feeding a single image in too. So oh, it's the table. I didn't think it would be the table. I didn't think it would be the table. Technically the bowl. Looks like the table to me though. And can it do I did the egg. Oh, I haven't done the dice. I wanted to try an asymmetrical thing like the dice. Yeah, we all lose. Yeah, let's try an image batch into Tripio. Let's see what that does. Let's grab I'll wait till I get a good one of these and we'll grab a couple images of the spin around and see if it works. Yeah. Screw it. Now we're gonna spin the dice. Get it? Spin the dice. Get it? We're spinning the dice. I'll be here all night, ladies and gentlemen. All night. Chris tools. Oh no. Not enough coffee in the world for me to do an all-night stream. I'd have to hook it up to my veins. Not bad. Perspective goes all out the window, but like pretty impressive. Interesting. Okay, can I get a... Oh, you know what? The shoe did a great... I got some great images out of the shoe, so let's try a multi-view of the shoe in Tripo and see if that helps. So we'll try like 4 images of the shoe, maybe? So first things first, we should try the actual image of the shoe in Tripio and see what it does. Save that model and then compare it to the one with the multi-view. And yeah, you're right. What happens if your multi-view has completely different images? What's that about? We're just about to try that, Trace. We're going to try feeding a batch of images to Tripo and see if it can handle it. So we're going to try front, side, back, other side view into Tripo and see if it does anything with an image batch or if it just does 4 models. I have a feeling it'll just make 4 models, but I don't know. I don't know. Hard to say. Andreas here has been a guest on this show before. You should check out his stuff. Paste one of your links there, Dre's, if you can. Or maybe I can. We'll have him on the show again soon. I'm kind of waiting until there's some more developments in the 3D stuff so that we can really deep dive into one of these mesh generators and go a lot deeper with Blender, because Dre's is extremely talented Blender and B for Artists user with a deep, vast knowledge of the inner workings. So yeah, that'll be a cool stream. Okay, let's start with... Oh, this just generates. So let's use the other one. Oh, chill out. What's connected? Why? Okay, there we go. Let's use this. I'm going to grab the shoe. And we're just going to try one with just the shoe. It works with other backgrounds, but it doesn't work. You know what I mean? I'll show you actually. I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, that shoe. Yucko. Why, though? Does the background need to be gray? So what if we try a rem BG first? Rem BG. Pop that through there. And we can also pop out a preview so we can see what this is doing, but this should get rid of the background. Yeah, experiment failed. Is there an implementation of 4D Gaussian splatting in Comfy? I think so. I've never played with it though. Ew, it made like a lump around it. Super confusing. I'm gonna try making it gray. What? No. Okay, I'll have to use the other RemBG node. Yeah. Background color. Can I not change it? What the hell? Comfy. All right. So this is a terrible example. So what's one that works well then? Does the apple work well? Nope. Silly. It's really these gray backgrounds it does the best with. Okay, I'm gonna do this the crazy way. Screw it. Image composite masked. Mask source. Okay, and then upscale image. I'll explain all this in a minute. I'm just kind of working it out right now. Forget what Tripio's trained at. Okay, right now I'm just compositing a gray mask into the image, I think. I think. No, image, obviously. We need this. All right, give me that gray background, baby. Four must be three. Transparency off. No, I screwed up. I think. Why are you mad? Destination source? I mean, close. But. Nah, I don't want that black background. Why is it black? Feel like I did it, feel like I did it, why? You're gray background, right? And you're the source, and you're the... Oh, maybe it's the other way around. Shouldn't be, though. Need the apple on top. Why is that not working? Can I just multiply it in? No. That's gonna be... Yeah, all gray. We don't want this blend, we want... Screen? I hate compositing in Comfy, I really do. Does it multiply? Almost. No, it's just awful. Damn. So I have this gray background and I have the apple, I have the mask, but when I composite it in with the mask, it doesn't work. That's really annoying. Image composite. Let's go source destination. Same problem. Does it need to be an inverted mask? Why is what? Why is it skipping this step? I think something's very broken, friends. If you make the apple background white, you can multiply. It's supposed to be? Okay. Then, oh god, go away. Right, but the white doesn't work. Yeah, see, it gets that edge around it. So I need to make this white gray. The problem is if I could just make it gray here, it would be fine, but I can't because... God damn it. Trying to get rid of that stuff around the edges. Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, there is actually. It's the apply mask to image. Apply mask to image. It just spits it out like that. Because if I do this, right, and I make an apple with this background, if I put it in Tripo, it'll just be nice. It'll be fine. TripoSR sampler mask input. Ooh. Smart. Smart. Weird apple. Right? Just go in and add the gray. Expected size 576, but got size 64 for tensor 1. Wait, what does this mask look like? Oh, mask is broken? That might explain why it doesn't work. The image is RGB, not RGBA. Right. So in that case, yeah, that makes sense. It doesn't have a mask. Awful, but good edges because of that gray. Literally just need to make this gray. Background gray. That's all. So I don't have a mask, so I need to blend them. There is no mask coming out of image, remove background. See? I swear it used to have one though. All right. Now I have a mask. Ooh. It's just an awful, awful mask. It's so much worse. It's so much worse. Oh, that's funny. When you figure things out, but you don't figure things out. Not bad. Actually, it's kind of interesting how it like takes chunks out of it like that. It's cool in its own little way. Yeah, watch this. RemVG, MTV. Can't change the background color. Well, let me. I tried this already. I can't change it. So silly. This one might work with the mask though. Let's try that. Mask out. Let's have a look at that. Might be able to do what I was doing before, but with the mask from this. Okay. I can work with this. 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 All right, so we don't need this or this. Yeah, actually, what does this do? Okay, so that still does that chop out thing. I just like that. I think that's cool. It's like globally, bubbly mess. All right, cool. But we don't actually want to use this mask as the reference mask. We want to do something more fun. We have our mask. I'm going to use this mask to blend this onto a gray background. Image blank. I'm going to make a gray background that is the width and height of our... screw it. We'll just leave it at 512 by 512. 127 by 127 by 127. Okay, so we're going to upscale our image. Bilinear to the same res so that these are the same size. Then we're going to blend these two. Apply mask. What is it? Mask to image. I think. No. It's blend. Image composite. Image composite masked. We grab the mask. We're going to get the source and the destination. I think they're backwards. Pretty sure. Okay, it's broken, but... Oh, yeah, it's still doing that thing. Crazy. Okay, let's try something else now. Got the cherries. Oh, crop center. Oh, yeah, hold on. Size source. Oh, that's pretty good, though. Nice. Okay, cool. It's just squished. Still squished. Maybe don't resize source? Why is it so squishy? Crop center. Let's go by linear. Blank. When are you supposed to be cropping? I don't think it's understanding. Shoot. Why is it so squished? Oh, because I'm dumb. Okay, so we load the image, we upscale it, move the background, we build the mask out. We connect the mask to the image blank. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. Nice. Okay, now, if this works, now we can finally get back to what we were doing, which was making a damn batch. There we go. Unsquished? Yes! Shoo! Okay, now we're going to try an image batch. Yeah, we're going to load image. Let's go back over here to our multi-view of the shoe. And let's start with you. One, two, copy. Copy. Oh, I see. Okay. That. And then one more. Let's just try like that, I guess. Copy. Okay. We got 4 images. We're going to turn these into a batch. Let's do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. The batch, and then this will go into the upscale. So hopefully, you know, something will happen. Mask batch. Yeah, I don't know what it's going to do with the masks. Now that you mention it, probably going to fail. Create a batch of masks. Or no, I guess they are technically already batched. Yeah, I don't know if that's better. I think it just got confused. Oh, probably because the remove background on those not as good as the other ones. Huh. Eh. Yeah, I think this ruined it. Yeah, the mask ruined it. It is cool though. It's kind of like shaped like the shoe, which is neat. The other one wasn't. Uh yeah, the mask totally just ate the center of it though. What if we back off the like which one's the most angry here, do we think? Background remove. We got the mask. I just need a good mask though. I'm only using this to get the mask. Hmm. Better. Still got the chop out of the bottom though. Is that done? Yeah, yeah. Huh. The image node has a mask out. That's for if you have a RGBA image in there with a mask, but all of our images are RGB. But if you loaded in a PNG with an alpha mask, that would feed the alpha mask out so you can use it. As we noticed when it was empty with the files we were creating. That's damn close. And I wonder if I can fix this with numbers. Be right back. I'm going to grab a drink and stretch my legs, and you should do the same, but I'm not going to make you because I'm not your mom and I can't make you. But yeah, we've been here for a while, so get up, move your body. I'm just trying to figure out which threshold affects the bottom of that shoe. Because if I can get the bottom of that shoe to show up, let's try 40 on the background. I don't know what that's going to do. Should probably learn what these things do at some point so that I can teach them instead of just figuring it out while I talk to y'all. But, you know, how would that be fun? Okay, so this seems to make it worse. What if we set the background threshold to 0? Basically just trying to get a perfect mask cut out of that shoe. But I'm thinking we might not get one. Thinking we may not. Yeah, I think we're not going to get a good mask. But I think the key to getting a good 3D render is getting a good mask. So if you... Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the solution is, because like, what's this one doing? Oh, I forgot to run it through the... Oops. Oh, wait. Maybe that's... interesting. What if I replace this with the first image? I know it won't have the right crop, but... It's funny, it's better from one image there. Shoes are just masks for your feet, though. You know what I mean? Cool. I don't know if that's better, but it worked. So yeah, multiple images seems to be something you can definitely do. Very cool. So then if I did so if we do a 3D, I don't know. None of these are really good examples. The cherries, I guess. Let's try it with cherries. Cherries. It's funny to generate the views with SV3D and then use Tripio to actually make models out of them. Do, 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 do. Let's try Hugh Jackman, an apple, some cats, and 3 is fine. Oh, those are cool. Okay, let's try 3 things. So I think it's only paying attention to that first picture, guys. I don't think the multi-view does anything. I really do think it's just ignoring everything in the batch past that first image. Not a bad Jackman, though. So What happens if I increase the geometry resolution? Oh, definitely higher res. Bet you that's way more triangles though. Shall we? At what point do I just go offline because my computer just shut down? Yeah, they're definitely diminishing returns on quality here. I think 256 is more than enough. Yeah, I think it might already be 256, or if it is going up by that much more, I don't think it actually helps. You're probably, if anything, going to end up decimating this stuff and voxel remeshing it and whatever. So, like, you know, tease what it tease. But yeah, I think it's definitely ignoring our cats and Apple here. Just run this through and get rid of this batch nonsense. Yeah, okay. So should be able to do... Not bad. I mean, it looks like a little pile of rocks. But if you need a little pile of rocks that look like dice, I mean, you're good to go. Yeah, Houdini's remesh is no joke. It's fantastic. Kicks the poop out of Blender. What happens when you post-process the mask? Is it cleaner? Hmm. I don't know if that's cleaner. Looks a little more choppy. That's a damn fine shoe, though. I mean, that's not great, but doesn't have a lot of information about that, so I mean, not too shabby. I mean, can it make them dance? Just in case you need a couple of eye demons dancing in the background of one of your scenes. You could definitely do that. Uh-oh, we got a front on the back of the cats. Just a quick little extra front on the back. Everything's fine. What happens if they're 1024? I don't know what Tripo's input res is. Just occurred to me it might be higher than 512 by 512. I'm going to try 1024 by 1024 and see what we get. Oh. Okay, I can take higher. Okay. Interesting. That's going to be goo. Cool, but it's goo. Too much gray. That one's got holes out of it too, even though the mask is totally fine. What's that about? Is that this threshold? What if it's at like 1? What? What if it's at 50? Oh, more apples gone. At 10. We started at 25. So we'll put it back at 25 and leave it the hell alone, I think. If I increase the resolution, does it fix the holes? Wonder if that's because of the brightness on it, maybe? It is weird, though. Procedurally eat an apple. Yeah, exactly. So weird. All right, screw it. Back to 56. Right. I had an idea while I was doing this. And then it went away. Had to do with masking. Well, maybe it'll come back to me. This is why I should always blurt out all my ideas, always. What's the mask? What was I going to do with it? Looks like you definitely want the whole subject in the image. Yeah. Whoa, back of her face is interesting. Cool. It's basically doing what I'm asking it to do. That's a cool mask. Ooh. Who's hungry? Shrimp taco? Shrimp taco? Anyone? Anyone? Shrimp taco? Are you hungry? It's a delicious shrimp taco. It looks exactly like the input image. Food photographers beware. From really far away, it looks okay. But yeah, I mean, if it was on a plate in a scene this size, you know? Have a good one, Drace. Take it easy, buddy. So yeah, I mean, that we've covered pretty much everything I wanted to cover tonight. We've been through stable video 3D. We've been through TripoSR, how to line all that stuff up together, how to smash together in Blender. I just realized my camera was off. How to smash these things together in Blender and make projects out of them. So yeah, go forth and make some houseplants and make a houseplant scene and tag me or something. And yeah, a couple other people are saying, you know, block out your scenes and then bring those renders back in to Comfy and do image to image on them and get yourself a really cool starting place where you define the composition, not the AI. So yeah, thank you everybody for hanging out. As always, come by the Patreon, come by the Discord, come by all the things. Really appreciate everyone who hangs out with me on these live streams. I know it can be a little dense and boring, but you know, we're digging through Comfy and trying to find all the cool stuff we can do with it. So yeah, thank you. And I appreciate every single one of you. I will be on Olivio's live stream on Sunday. I'm not actually sure what we're going to be doing, but I'm looking forward to it. I think we're just going to make some art with his community. So if you're not on the Discord, on his Discord, go jump on there. And yeah, we'll be doing that on Sunday. I'm not sure what time yet, but yeah, that will be fun. I really like Olivio and I like hanging out. We had a really good stream together a couple weeks ago. And what else? I got some other people coming on the stream that are for sure, but not calendared in yet. And then next Friday, I will be doing a stream with Patches Flows on Instagram and Legend, who will be starting his YouTube channel. They make cool stuff, and yeah, Patches does a lot of really cool videos with AI using his beats and his voice, and yeah, a bit of a kindred spirit. So we will have fun just making some crazy stuff next Friday. But yeah, I'll catch you guys on Sunday if you're around. Come hang out on Olivio's stream, and we'll make some stuff together. All right, have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you very, very, very soon. Bye-bye.